Ask us. Know everything.
Hey guys, this is Pranav from Ask Us team. Today we are going to do an interesting quiz on the topic ancient science. Even today, after thousands of years, we are very curious to know about the ancient knowledge and science. Many scientists tried to decipher the knowledge of the ancients, but they failed because of the complexity of the knowledge and science during that time. Some researchers were successful in doing so, and this led to important breakthroughs in human history. We don't know what lies in the mysterious ancient knowledge that could change the human life forever. India's knowledge, skill, and scientific tradition dates back to some 3000 years before Christ. Thanks to our ancestors who made great achievements in different areas of science and maths, right from introducing the concept of zero to exploring the wonders of astronomy. From microbiology to the vast expanses of outer space, nothing was beyond Indian scientific minds. Today, Indian scientists are internationally renowned and celebrated for their innovation and talent. So, without wasting any time, let's get started with a wonderful quiz on ancient science. Question number 1. Who proposed the Pythagoras theorem even before Pythagoras was born? The famous Pythagoras theorem in geometry was actually explained by an Indian mathematician called Baudhayana many years before Pythagoras was born. Baudhayana was the author of one of the earliest documents in Indian mathematics. It is believed that Pythagoras actually traveled to Egypt and then India and learned many important mathematical theories, among them what is now known as the Pythagoras theorem. Baudhayana has made many other important discoveries. These include how to draw a circle and a square having the same area and calculating the value of pi, which is calculated and corrected to 5 decimal places. Question number 2. Who performed the first plastic surgery in the world? It is Shushruta who performed the first plastic surgery in the world. In his book Shushruta Samhita, he described about how to pull teeth, how to fix broken bones, and how to do cesarean surgery. He was the first physician to mend a nose almost 26 centuries ago. He used 121 tools for his surgery, which are still used today by modern doctors for surgeries. Question number 3. Who is the father of medicine? Charak was the father of medicine. He was born around 300 BC. He is believed to be a Buddhist monk and a physician and was one of the principal contributors to the ancient art of science and Ayurveda. He wrote a famous treatise called Charaka Samhita, which is used as a reference book even today. Charaka was the first physician to present the concept of digestion, metabolism, immunity, and even the fundamentals of genetics. He studied the anatomy of human body and various organs and calculated 360 as the total number of bones, including teeth, present in the human body. Charaka never just treated diseases. He would first study all the factors, including environment, which influence a patient's disease and only then prescribe a course of treatment. To this day, Charaka is called the father of medicine and is famed for his power to illuminate the reason for illness with the lamp of knowledge and understanding. Question number 4. Who was the world's first propotent of atomic theory? The sage Kanada, who lived in the 6th century BC, was the world's first proponent of atomic theory. He stated that the atom or Parmanu is indivisible and that the world is made up of atoms. He has classified all the objects of creation into 9 elements: earth, water, light, wind, ether, time, space, mind, and soul. According to him, every object of creation is made up of atoms. Kanada added that there are a variety of Parmanu that are as different as the different class of substances. Each Parmanu has a peculiar property which is the same as the class of substance it belongs to. Kanada spoke of the tendency of atoms or Parmanu to combine together to form what we now call molecules. Kanada also put forward the idea of chemical change, which he said is caused by heat. Kanada was a genius philosopher and the pioneer of atomic theory. Question number 5. Who was the greatest Indian mathematician who became the head of the astronomical observatory at Ujjain for his extraordinary works in the field of maths? Brahmagupta was the greatest Indian mathematician who became the head of the astronomical observatory at Ujjain. In his work on arithmetic, Brahmagupta explained how to find cube and cube root of an integer and gave rules facilitating the computation of squares and square roots. He also gave rules for dealing with 5 types of combinations of fractions. Brahmagupta's genius, however, came in his treatment of the concept of zero. Although the number zero is often also attributed to the 7th century Indian mathematician Bhaskara I, Brahmagupta's Brahmasputa Siddhanta is the earliest known text to treat zero as a number in its own right, rather than as simply a placeholder digit as was done till then. Brahmagupta also dedicated a substantial portion of his work to geometry and trigonometry. Who described the method of solving least common multiple LCM to the world even before John Napier introduced it? Question number 6. It was Mahaviracharya who introduced the concept of LCM. Guru Mahaviracharya wrote Ganitasara Sangraha, which is the first textbook on arithmetic in the world. He also established equations for the sides and diagonals of cyclic quadrilaterals. Amazingly, he established some terms for concepts like equilateral triangles, isosceles triangles, circles, and semicircles thousands of years ago. Question number 7. Who was the first scientist to claim that termites and plants could be the indicators of the presence of underground water? Guru Varahamihira was the first scientist to claim that termites and plants could be the indicators of presence of underground water. In fact, he had given important information about termite that they go very deep to the surface of water level to bring water to keep their houses wet. In his Brat Samhita, he had given earthquake cloud theory which has attracted the world of science. Varhamihira was one of the 9 gems who were scholars in the court of Vikramaditya. Even the predictions of Varhamihiras were so accurate that King Vikramaditya gave him the title Varaha. In the history of science, he was first to claim that some force might be keeping the body stuck to the round earth, and now it is known as gravity. He also proposed that moon and planets are lustrous not because of their own light but due to sunlight. His mathematical work included the discovery of trigonometric formulas. Moreover, he was the first mathematician to discover a version of what is now known as Pascal's triangle. Do you know that he had predicted the discovery of water in Mars around 1500 years ago? Question number 8. Who was the father of yoga? Maharishi Patanjali was the father of yoga. He had compiled 195 Yoga Sutras. He was the first who had systematically present yoga as a great science. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Om is spoken as a symbol of God. He refers to Om as a cosmic sound. He also wrote a work on medicine and worked on Panini's grammar known as Mahabhashya. Do you know that Patanjali is an avatar of Adishesha, the infinite cosmic serpent upon whom Lord Vishnu rests? It is believed that he is an essayist who had written upon the ancient Indian medicine system, Ayurveda. It is believed that Jiva Samadhi of Patanjali is situated at Tirupattur. Question number 9. Which mathematician's work on calculus predates Newton by over a half a millennium? The answer is Bhaskaracharya. Bhaskaracharya was a genius in mathematics, especially in algebra and geometry. He was born in Sahyadari and headed the astronomical observatory in Ujjain. He wrote 6 books on arithmetic, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, geometry, and astronomy. He suggested simple methods to calculate the squares, square roots, cube, and cube roots of big numbers. The Pythagoras Theorem was proved by him in only 2 lines. Bhaskaracharya wrote about the gravitational force that helps to keep the planets, the sun, and the moon in their respective orbits much before the rest of the world even thought about such an explanation. His work on calculus predates Newton by over a half a millennium. He is particularly known for the discovery of the principles of differential calculus and its application to astronomical problems and calculations. He was one of the greatest mathematicians known to mankind. Question number 10. Who was the first scientist who calculated the distance between the Earth and the Moon and also proposed that the Earth is round and rotates around its own axis? The answer is Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was a 5th century mathematician, astronomer, astrologer, and physicist. At the age of 23, he wrote Aryabhatiya, which is a summary of mathematics of his time. He showed that zero was not only a numeral but also a symbol and a concept. In fact, the discovery of zero enabled Aryabhatta to find out the exact distance between the earth and the moon. He also calculated the value of pi to 3.1416. He also disregarded the popular view that our earth is achala, immovable. Aryabhatta stated its theory that earth is round and rotates on its own axis. He also explained that the appearance of the sun moving from east to west is false by giving examples like when a person travels in a boat, the trees on the shore appear to move in the opposite direction. Scientific explanation of solar and lunar eclipse was also explained by him. So now we come to know that why the first Indian satellite was named Aryabhatta. If you have found this video interesting, please like, share and comment in the chat box. And don't forget to subscribe to view more interesting videos like these.